Patriots? It seems like the FF Plus is joining the Abahambe gang. And honestly, we should welcome any input from our white folks. NGOs are less likely to take whites to court, especially since these organizations are largely led by whites. I mean, when was the last time you heard of NGOs taking the current Minister of Home Affairs to court for refusing to unblock IDs? The black minister was hauled into court regularly, but the white one is seen as a hard worker by these NGOs. Well, maybe he is a hard worker. Who knows? Illegal land occupation has plagued Pretoria East for decades, growing into more than 2 informal settlements largely populated by illegal immigrants. But it seems the tides are finally turning. In a decisive move to restore law and order, the Tshwane Metro is partnering with Home Affairs to tackle this pressing issue head-on. This bold initiative aims to address not just illegal land occupation, but also illegal immigration and the wave of crime associated with it. And let's be real, this has been a long time coming. According to Grandi Thunisen, the FF Plus counselor and MMC for Community Safety in Tshwane, the Metro has decided to join forces with Home Affairs to combat these problems effectively. Thunisen made it clear that illegal immigrants, especially those involved in crime and occupying land illegally, will soon be sent back to their countries of origin. It's a firm stance that reflects the frustrations of law-abiding citizens who've had enough of their communities being overrun and their safety compromised. Now, let's talk about Pretoria East and Centurion, areas that have been under siege by land grabs and infrastructure vandalism, allegedly by illegal immigrants. It's no secret that the situation has spiraled out of control, with abandoned buildings in the city center being illegally occupied and rented out to other undocumented foreigners. This not only poses health, fire, and safety risks, but also undermines the very fabric of community safety and well-being. Just last Friday, on September 6th, the Tshwane Metro and Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Leon Schreiber, agreed to work together to address these issues. A formal cooperative agreement is expected soon, signaling a strong commitment to resolving these long-standing problems. The FF Plus, always a voice of reason and patriotism, discussed several critical issues with Schreiber, including illegal land occupation, crime, counterfeit goods sales, cable theft, illegal electricity connections, and extortion. Finally, it feels like there's a real plan to bring about change. But it's not just about illegal land grabs. There's a whole network of crime operating under our noses. Thunisen pointed out that syndicates are allegedly working with corrupt city officials, law firms, and the deeds office to transfer properties into the names of criminals. It's a shocking betrayal of public trust that calls for immediate action. And who can ignore the rampant sale of counterfeit goods in Pretoria West, primarily in areas with large Somali communities? Or the drug trafficking that has earned Sunnyside the nickname Little Lagos due to its predominantly Nigerian population. These are not mere coincidences, but symptoms of a deeper problem that Tshwane Metro and Home Affairs are gearing up to tackle. In Centurion and Pretoria East, where illegal immigrants from Zimbabwe and Mozambique are concentrated, cable theft and infrastructure vandalism are rampant. These aren't victimless crimes. They disrupt the lives of countless residents, damage essential services, and burden an already strained infrastructure. Thunisen emphasized the need for tougher immigration control, immediate deportations, stricter border control, and a thorough investigation into corruption at South African borders. It's about time we hold those responsible to account. The FF Plus has made it clear that the illegal hijacking of buildings in Tshwane will not be tolerated. Their commitment to eradicating this issue and the associated crimes is unwavering. They believe that a multi-departmental approach is crucial to effectively curb these problems, and they are pushing for a unified response from all relevant authorities. Residents of Garsfontein have also voiced their worries about the illegal land occupation along Garsfontein Road, opposite Builders Warehouse. Land grabbing here has led to rampant illegal dumping, which has become an environmental nightmare. Despite the efforts of local organizations to clean up these dumping sites, the problem persists, especially behind Plastic View between de Villebois Morel Drive and Muiklouf Ridge Estate. This kind of unchecked activity not only mars the landscape, but also poses significant health and environmental hazards. In response, Tshwane Metro spokesperson Lindela Mashigo revealed that a task team has been established to address bylaw enforcement, land invasion, and illegal dumping. The environmental management inspector and waste management officials are also on board, having warned informal recyclers to clear their waste within 14 days along Garstfontein Road. They're not just talking, they're taking action. It's no surprise that reports reveal city officials and the deeds office are the ones selling these buildings. There's no way a Nigerian can just occupy a building without someone up there pulling strings. These Nigerians have IDs and even title deeds for buildings worth over 70 million rand. Now it's clear. The real building hijackers are South Africans who are members of the ANC. Remember when Mashaba was raiding these buildings in JHB? Many ANC members didn't like that, and some even protested at the council meeting saying, "Africa is one and Africa must unite." Those were ANC members who are councillors. We all know that Unity of Africa is removing the borders and turning SA into something like Nigeria. That's what the ANC wants. On the other side is the DA, whose mentality is delusional. They want to copy what happened in Australia and practice it here. Remember, in Australia, natives are black people, but they are below 1%. And that is the vision of the DA. But unfortunately, that won't happen. I know someone who was staying in Turfontein, and when the landlord got sick and died, within a few days a foreigner came to the property. They didn't even know this foreigner, but he showed all tenants the papers that he is the owner. From there, the tenant said, "We won't go and we won't pay rent." So on the other hand, patriots, Pretoria is set to be cleaner now, with no more illegal dumping. The Metro has developed an illegal dumping clearance schedule to prevent further environmental degradation. Recognizing the extent of the problem, the city has launched the Reka Ofela campaign, inviting community members to join in the fight against illegal dumping.